Hello, flutes. Welcome to our Percy Grainger's Irish tune from County Derry. The big things with this piece in general, it is a slow, beautiful lyrical piece based on a folk song. Keep those long phrases, good breath support, intonation across all of our range. And watch your conductor. When in doubt, ask your conductor what their plan is for certain phrases, where they want you to breathe, if that's in line with where everyone else is breathing. And a lot of conductors have choices that they have made regarding phrasing and always default to their interpretation. Our flute part can generally be broken up into 4 8 measure phrases, with the first two being a flute solo and then the last 16 measures being tutti, huge wall of sound. Something to watch out for is a lot of band directors like to take a little pause after that first phrase, just so everyone breathes together. That is something to ask your conductor. For this flute solo, especially the first half that's in our mid range, it's marked piano, pianissimo, and it's, even though it's a solo, it's a true piano, pianissimo. The only people you're fighting against volume wise is our clarinets underneath, who are pianissimo or triple P. Watch out for that breath and ask your conductor what they're doing with that first phrase. In general, when we see that tie over a bar line to a quarter note or a shorter note, that's where we're going to plan to take our breath, on that first downbeat of that bar. So breathe on the downbeat of measure 37 and listen for the oboe coming in with their counter melody in measure 36. Really overdo those dynamic markings, but make sure we're staying in tune. Drop that jaw and keep our vibrato in control. For the second phrase of the flute solo, where we're in that low range, starting from that low E, it's marked forte, and you probably do need a true forte just to keep pace with everybody in that low range where flutes tend to get a little airy. You have more instruments accompanying you with the melody. So the alto saxophone and a horn solo are also playing the melody in more comfortable ranges for them. Once again, same phrasing as the first one. For intonation in that low range, to make sure we don't go flat, think of directing your air down towards your elbow, sort of like you've seen like a toucan or a bird where they have the really big beak that goes over the top. That's your top lip. That's what your top lip is acting as. Making sure we're staying above the flute and not getting underneath it. So that gives you more control over your airstream. Open, relaxed jaw, lots of vertical space in the mouth. For the next two phrases, we have tutti, whole flute section. Woohoo! Big. We're building up towards that climax at the end. It's forte, and we start reaching to that higher end of our range. Make sure we're supporting with breath support from your core. How to tell if you can activate that core is if you're sitting in a chair, stick your legs straight out like an L, and you can feel your stomach tighten. That's how we want to engage that breath support. Maybe don't stick your feet out in the middle of the stage on a concert, but when you're practicing, that's a way to get that feeling of that breath support. The staccato marking under the slurs can be confusing. What Grainger is looking for is we want a soft legato tongue, more of a da 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 instead of a ta 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 ta. So it's not a slur where we're not tonguing at all, but we're not completely chopping that articulation. If you're having trouble with the high E natural, which is one of our ickiest, gross notes on flute, make sure you're not having this pinky D sharp key down. So fingering for E natural to make it speak is our thumb 1 2 on our left hand, 1 2 on our right hand. Make sure in our last phrase it's so easy to get caught up in that beautiful band wide crescendo on that last line, but make sure we're keeping a good tone in tune and really following those dynamics. Watch your conductor for those fermatas on the last 3 notes. Make sure you're moving together, not getting lost in our this is so cool I love band moment. stay with your conductor, and as we change dynamics, always watch for intonation, make sure we're supporting from our core. Thanks, guys.